You know, Bruce, there's one thing about us.
Oh.
We don't like when kids get hurt.
Nope.
Talked about DCS last hour. And we don't like when anybody goes hungry.
Ugh.
And we partnered with St. Mary's over the summer. Thousands of meals. Thanks to everybody.
Tens of thousands.
Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah. Hundreds of thousands of meals, to be honest with you. And many of you out there gave.
Thank you.
We saw a story today about kids in a Valley school, and there's no money for food.
Yeah, I got to take you to City View High School in Phoenix, where we find out that there isn't enough money, or any money, I should say, for school lunches for, let's say, some of the more at-risk kids.
Right.
And so the principal and others have been reaching into their own pockets.
How about that?
To make sure kids aren't going hungry at school.
Kids showing up, haven't eaten, said, I didn't eat dinner last night, and I was hoping to get a meal here at school, and sometimes that doesn't happen because there isn't the money right now. But can you imagine principals and teachers digging into their own pockets and making sure that kids get fed?
We want to understand more about this. So joining us right now in studio is Dr. Laura Metcalfe. She's the principal at City View High School, and Lysa Morena, who is the social support manager at the school. First off, thank you both for joining us. Help us understand how we got in this situation.
So, well, first of all, Mr. Gaydos and Mr. Bruce, thank you so much for the opportunity to speak to you today. So historically, smaller schools have smaller budgets, and we have to operate within those means. Now, this is a charter school. We're not obligated to provide lunches to our students by law, but we are also our charter is held by a nonprofit organization called Arizona Center for Youth Resources. So that is how that works. And any funding that comes through the state will go to the charter school, and then any additional funding comes from a nonprofit organization, which is Arizona Center for Youth Resources. As you know, nonprofit agencies don't have a lot of cash flow.
Sure,
right.
So what we are able to do with our funding from the state and funding from the nonprofit is what we use for our budget at this time. We have approximately 53 students, and so the state doesn't provide a whole lot of money for charter schools or public schools in that manner. And our lunch budget does not come from that. That has to be used for operations and maintenance and things of that nature. So what we receive from the nonprofit, and that is based from their needs and their coffers.
And so you're coming up short is the long and the short of it's part of the
That is correct, because as you know, meals are very expensive no matter where they are, and people need to eat, including our students.
What changed?
What changed as far...
Or has this always been an issue at the school?
It's like that for any small school.
Okay.
Yes, because the National School Lunch Program is something that public schools can participate in. And that is a reimbursement program, meaning the school pays up front for those lunches, and then whatever lunches students take, the school is reimbursed for it. In this case, and what has happened in the past, it has left the nonprofit and the school with a debt. And it's also a burden financial. Well, it's a lot of paperwork.
Yeah.
It's a government thing. So that is where that started. So do you want to go into debt, or do you want to try to find a way around it? And so as I understand it, they tried to find a way around it. And this is an issue that has been around for a long time because, again, it's a small school. And so I was hired in June, and it was there when I arrived.
Yeah.
And being a 30-year as educator and 25 years as an administrator, it becomes my responsibility, and I see it as my responsibility, to solve that problem. Educators have big hearts. Educators dig deep. Educators will buy snacks and supplies. As a teacher, I did the same thing.
Yeah.
Because we don't have enough money in order to do that. When you have a hungry child in your class...
They're not going to learn.
They're not going to learn. As you know, sir, your wife is a former teacher.
Yes, she is.
And you do what you need to do to make that child successful.
Okay, so what have you guys done to feed these kids? Lysa Moreno is the social support manager over at Phoenix City View High School. We're talking to Dr. Laura Metcalfe as well, the principal over there. So, you guys are reaching into your own pocket, aren't you?
Yes, it is definitely an organization and school pocket that we all, not just teachers, but staff, administrators, leadership, we all pitch in one way.
Are you guys going to like Chick-fil-A and getting a whole bunch of sandwiches, or how is this? What is it? How does it
We are
work?
getting donations.
Okay.
Our student services manager last year would be making meals from home.
Wow.
Chili, things like that you could do in a crock pot and bring those to school and help feed the children that way.
Oh, okay. How much money would cover the kids' meals for the rest of the school year?
On our own,
Yeah.
as I have tried to find a solution to this, we're looking at close to $15,000 a year.
$15,000 a year would feed the kids for an entire school year.
That was the estimates that I received from quotes for meals, and that's at about $5 a meal
Okay.
Per student.
per student.
Right.
Now, right.
And I know that you're both doing your best to get them something to eat, but I also know you've said, well, it's not the best food, right? You have to microwave it. And
That is correct. That is correct.
Tell me about that.
So the meals have to be warmed up in a microwave.
Right. Any vegetables?
No vegetables.
No.
No
Fruit?
fruit.
No.
No fruit. These are meals that, as Lysa has mentioned, they're donated. We warm them up. We provide them to the students. So, again, we've made sandwiches. We've warmed up Chick-fil-A donations. I've gone to the a grocery store and purchased things to warm up. It's been done in the past by other members of the staff.
How much have you both spent out of pocket this year?
For me, an estimate is probably a couple $100,
Okay.
at least.
I would say that's probably a good estimate for about every staff member there.
And we got
Absolutely.
plenty of school left, so
Correct.
I mean, you guys could be up to $1,000 at the end of the school year. I mean,
Oh, easy.
Without a problem.
all right. So how do we fix this?
Donations.
So a donation would fix
We
this.
need donations. We need, if you're asking me what the wish list would be,
Sure.
if we could.
Aim high.
A kitchen.
So you don't have a kitchen in your school
We
even?
do
No.
not have
Two
Got it.
microwaves.
We do not have a kitchen in our building.
All right.
Never have.
Nowhere to really prepare anything.
No official way to prepare anything or place, but we have been making do with appliances, microwaves and crock pots and all kinds of things.
So the short-term fix, though, is the meals are being prepared somewhere else by other people and being able to
Yes.
deliver to the school for. Is it
Correct.
just lunch or is it breakfast and lunch?
No, it's lunch at this point. We do pick up some snacks from St. Mary's Food Bank, and we provide those to our students in the mornings. But it's the lunches that really seem to be the need. And being able to have sustainable meals and having sustainable donations is really where we're at. We go to school 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday. And right now we do have a part-time vendor. She comes in 2 days a week. And the other 2 days we've been building the airplane as we fly it.
Wow.
Tell me about some of the kids. What do they tell you when they come in and they're hungry?
They haven't had food. They don't have food. They actually need us to, when our student services manager goes to St. Mary's to pick up the food for the school, some of our students actually need him to pick up food for them to take home to their families because their families at home don't even have
There's
the
nothing at home.
There's
Correct.
nothing at home. And we do everything that we can as the social support team to get them to SNAP benefits if they need that, get them employment, get them to community resource referrals. I mean, anything and everything that we can do to put the parents, because it's unfortunately, it's
Right.
not up to the students, it's up to the parents, to put them in contact with agencies and people that can assist them
But you
to
have-
get on their feet.
But you have kids who come in and haven't eaten dinner the night before,
That is correct.
and then not eating breakfast the day of.
That is
we
correct.
have we
And
have
there's
snacks.
a chance that they won't eat lunch either.
Correct.
Correct.
And
boy.
we have been using a vendor that's been a quality vendor, but their price per meal is become too unaffordable for us.
And that's because the price of, I'm assuming,
Groceries.
food and everything has gone up.
Everything has gone up.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
We're speaking to Lysa Moreno. She's the social support manager and principal, Dr. Metcalfe, the principal at Phoenix's City View High School. I'm going to ask this, and I think a lot of people might be hearing this for the first time, that they didn't know. Is this a bigger issue that's happening and we just don't know about it? Is this
yes.
kind of swept under the rug?
Yes, it is. Because there are other small schools that, for one reason or another, may or may not participate in the National School Lunch Program, which is the standard for all public organization or public schools. And if they have the same challenges as we have had in the past with where we have to pay up front and we don't get reimbursed and we come up with a debt amount, then yes, there are those other smaller schools that are in the same boat we are, that do not have a lot of enrollment and that the charter funding does not allow for lunches and meals to be purchased.
Well, we want to put a spotlight on it today.
Okay?
Yeah.
And we thank you both for coming in, because now that the spotlight is on it, maybe we can work on trying to fix it. Maybe there's somebody out there that's listening right now that can help. Bruce, maybe it's you and I
Yep.
that can help. And so, again, we thank you ladies for coming in and reaching into your own pocket to feed kids. I mean, you're doing God's work.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us. And we're going to see if we can get this fixed.
Also, something if you listened, and this is something we did tweet out the link where you can make a donation and help, so
Thank
that
you.
if
Wonderful.
you're looking for a specific way that you can go, literally right now. $10, whatever it might be, whatever
Exactly.
you can afford, so these kids literally aren't going hungry at school. Ladies,
we would appreciate it. Thank
we
you so
really
much.
appreciate you both
Thank-
being here.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching Outspoken with Bruce and Gaydos. Tap to watch more from KTAR News and click the button in the middle to subscribe.